Let's call a spade a spade. Peter is the one putting Jude to this thing. Simple. You people stop writing whatever you want. It's Peter that is doing this, and I'm here. He's putting him in prison. I'm here to bring him out. Okay.
Been following up on the P-Square Brothers matter that has been in court from the get-go, and in this video I want to update you on the drama that played out in court Wednesday and some crucial developments in respect to the case. Now, the drama between the P-Square Brothers has already taken a very dangerous dimension. It's bad enough that the matter is in court already, but one of my observations is that some charges before the Federal High Court, which is already sitting on the matter and has already fixed a trial date, that some of those charges by the EFCC were rehashed and they resurfaced at the Lagos State Special Offences Court sitting in Ikeja before Justice Ramon Oshodi. Now, yesterday, which is Wednesday, March the 4th, 2025, Jude Okoye, who is the former manager of the defunct P-Square Group and who is also their younger brother, was rearranged by the EFCC, who are already parading the same charges that, like I said, were at the Federal High Court before the Ikeja High Court. This time, the charges were 4-count charges, among which is alleged theft and criminal diversion of $1 million, 34,537.59 thousand euros, 767,544.5 dollars, 1.38 billion naira, $1 million, and 34,500. Just like that. Those are the charges, just like what you already know. These are the same charges that were actually read before Jude in the Special Offences Court in Ikeja yesterday, Wednesday. In fact, while the charges were read, Paul Okoye, rude boy, who was also in court, was just laughing in open court and he was nodding his head in disbelief. Although Jude pleaded not guilty to all of the charges, but the EFCC said they were going to be calling 29 witnesses to testify against Jude. And everyone in the court just screamed, "Haba!" But I guess the EFCC prosecutor guy himself was embarrassed, so he quickly recanted and he said, well, we will not be calling all the 29 witnesses, we may only resort to just 10. Meanwhile, I have it on good authority that Jude himself has also filed criminal charges against Peter before the EFCC, which they are still investigating. So I guess we are yet to see the last of the drama of the Okoye brothers. But when my insider source in EFCC told me of the charges that Jude had filed before the EFCC against Peter, something came to my mind. I remember that when I interviewed Paul at the Federal High Court last week, he said something about the same issue or the same matter that Jude is being accused of fraud, that Peter are also, they are also guilty of it. Okay, now you can watch the video. Listen to what Paul said there.
Paul,
Let me ask you a question, please.
Yeah?
You just came out to stand in solidarity with your brother.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel when I say an innocent person, what do you expect me to say? The same thing they're accusing me of, I'm part of the company. Alright, so I came here to stand for him, at the same time to provide as a surety for him. Everything, whatever they need, I'm going to provide for it. And apart from not about supporting him, because I know the truth. And the truth is, unfortunately, the way the journalists are making it look like, they make it look like he's a fraud, he's this, he's that. Let's call it spade a spade. Peter is the one putting you to this thing. Simple. You people stop writing whatever you want. It's Peter that is doing this, and I'm here. He's putting him in prison. I'm here to bring him out.
Okay, now, but Peter is a brother too.
I didn't deny that he's not my brother. Okay?
So are you saying you're tilting towards Peter more than
I understand the issues because you know why.
Sorry, towards Jude more than Peter?
It has nothing to do. I'm only standing for the truth. Because let me tell you something. The same crime they're accusing that he did, then Peter is guilty, Paul is guilty. In that case.
In all of the ongoing drama, I noticed that Jude decided to employ the services of a senior advocate of Nigeria, who is Clement Onwewuno SAN, to represent him. Now, by that, it seems that Inibehe Effiong will have to step down from the case as the counsel to Jude Okoye, but I'll find out tomorrow and let you guys know. Now, but just on a lighter note, the performance of Clement Onwenu in court on Wednesday was very, very brilliant before Justice Oshodi. And I think that is why for the first time since the case had been in court, Jude was really satisfied and he was beaming all with smiles all over his face as he stepped out of court, as you can see on the screen.
All right, sir. Could you tell us what actually played out in court today?
Yes, the arraignment of one of the three brothers formed P Square had just been concluded, and we informed the court that we filed the bail application because, as you had me say in court, it was just granted way yesterday at the Federal High Court on certain conditions. So we wanted the court to adopt those conditions as its conditions for bail in this present case. But the prosecution said they needed to file a reply to our bail application that had been served Friday. So what we had done now is we proceeded to the right of filing a reply, and hopefully by Thursday, which is the 6th of March, we will come back to argue the bail application, and we're very hopeful we will have it granted in very little times. That's just what happened today. And we told the court that we are ready for trial because after the bail application has been taken on Thursday, we'll now take a date. We've already taken dates for trial. So we told the court that we are ready for this trial. Mr. Jude Okoye is a global brand, and one of the three brothers that formed the famous P Square that is known all over the world. So he has nowhere else to run to. We will show at the trial that the dispute has to do with the director, and that this charge in the first place shouldn't have been filed. It shouldn't have been filed. And all of us, at least every Nigerian is concerned that this matter is in court. And of course, all of you are aware that a lot of efforts have been made in the past to have this matter resolved, but the complainant has refused to allow anybody to resolve this. He has been recalcitrant. He has not allowed anybody to resolve this matter, and we have given an assurance to the court that this case is going to be a test case when it comes to issues of dispute of directors in our country, and we're ready for this trial.
What is happening with the P Squares right now? What is happening in their camp? According to Rude Boy, he came out to say, you know what? The recent ordeal that their elder brother, Jude Okoye, who was their former manager, is passing through because he is in the custody of EFCC right now and has been remanded in jail or in prison for the next hearing or the bail hearing and all those kind of things. He said, you know what? The person of Pista, my own brother, is really behind this. He really got our brother arrested by the EFCC and said a lot of things about all of this. What is really happening? Why are the Okoyes giving bloggers the opportunity to tear their family apart? That is the question many people are really asking. This is quite indicting to an extent. Now, you guys will understand that, somehow a lot of people are saying Mr. P might be the bad person for this whole thing, because it is satanic. It is wickedness to actually call EFCC to actually put your brother behind bars. That is one of the highest level of wickedness. That is something I got to understand. Not be say your brother kill your pikin. Not be say you do it. Now money issue they come out. Not be say you self not chop for inside the money. Then you actually put your brother behind bars. That is really satanic to an extent. When you read the scripture, you will get to understand. It says the last days, brother will be against brother, sisters will be against brother, against sister, and then father against children. And that is what we are really seeing at a time like this. And I think this is quite indicting and disturbing at the time. But I want your own opinion about this. What you feel? Do you feel otherwise? Because based on what I'm feeling right now, I think that Mr. P has actually got it wrong this time around. That is something I feel about all of this. Yes, the family of the Okoyes, they are really having trouble right now, and brother fighting brother, and one is in the custody of EFCC about to go to jail if nothing is done about it. That is something I got to understand about all of this. But King Rude Boy, that is the second half of P Square, is coming out to say, you know what, I will stand by my own brother Jude Okoye. And according to report, Jude Okoye used to be the manager of P Square, and based on the MOU they signed and based on some kind of things, Jude is also entitled to some kind of royalties. That is something I think this is actually bringing a lot of issues right now. And then he's been accused of fraud of 1.38 billion naira. That is actually huge to an extent, and somehow some people are responding to that and saying that we don't need all of this since it is a family thing and we need to resolve it within the family. And this is a kind of shame in the Afrobeat sector. That is what a lot of people are really talking about to an extent. But I feel that when you look at the P Square those days, a lot of people were looking at Paul and Peter and Paul and saying that, you know, Jude is behind. But P Square was actually Peter, Paul and Jude, because he was really meticulously managing these guys and making sure that they were putting out, quality content out there. What actually happened? Somebody became greedy in the whole process, and this could be resolved within the family. But their papa not there alive, their mama not there alive, so they get to go to the secular court to resolve this issue, and that is the first point of enmity within the family. Because somebody will call EFCC on you and then will take you to jail, I don't think you will easily forgive the person. That is something I feel about all of this, and they should find a way to finding a lasting solution to this kind of things and resolving this out of court. They should settle this away from the court. Based on this right now, what is your own take about all of these stories that is trending on social media?
That is Jude Okoye, the former manager of P Square record label. Peter Okoye is taking him to court over accusation of money laundering, fraud and what have you. This is an embarrassment that a family member is taking his elder brother to court, to EFCC that doesn't help people. EFCC is a toothless bulldog that can't help anybody. That's where Peter took his elder brother to. Listen to me. There is no family in Nigeria, especially in Ebola where I hail from, that does not have a problem. Every family has one issue or the other. But I do not see the reason why Peter Okoye should take his elder brother to EFCC and accuse him of fraud and money laundering. It is an embarrassment to the family, to Peter Okoye and the rest of them. Why must you take your brother to EFCC? Do you want to imprison him over a business deal? Jude Okoye helped the family and helped this Paul and Peter to grow in the music business, and today they are trying to mess the guy up. Thank God that Paul Okoye is on the side of Jude Okoye. Why must you maltreat your brother this way just because of paper money? It's damn pathetic for families to be fighting. Now, if you look at the whole scenario, Paul is attached to Jude, meaning that the problem may have been coming from Peter. I don't want to side with anybody. I'm not a part of the family, but based on what I'm observing, why must Peter be doing this and Paul is against him? Because if they're in sync with what is going on, Paul will be siding with Peter. But Peter is just insulting Jude, who was their former manager, and it's up to 10 years Jude left the company. So okay, manager business, I'm not interested. Why are you still going after him? Money laundering, that he enter money, it is royalties, blah blah blah. And Jude had explained at several occasions what transpired, and he still took him to EFCC. It's an embarrassment to Okoye family. It's an embarrassment to Peter that took his brother to a side court. Just embarrassing for no just cause. I'm not siding with anybody, but based on what I'm saying, because Paul and Jude are together. So why is Peter standing alone? To suggest that something fundamentally wrong is on the side of Peter Okoye. It's crazy. Why must people be doing it because of money? There's no family in Nigeria that does not have issues. We have family problems, and family problems must be settled amicably within the family members. You don't take it to EFCC, that's a toothless bulldog that has not even questioned any politician that has looted money in Nigeria since EFCC was established. There's no single prosecution that has come from EFCC against the governors, the ex-presidents, the ministers. They've been looting money. EFCC has done nothing. So why must Peter take his brother to the same place that does not help Nigerians to recover funds that have been stolen in the past? It doesn't make sense. He just wants to embarrass his elder brother Jude. That's what he's trying to do. This is what I have to say about this. Do have a good day and bye for now.
With us, the Federal High Court in Lagos today granted 100 million naira bail to former manager of twin brothers Peter and Paul Okoye, who were members of the defunct hip-hop group P-Square. Jude Okoye is also facing a fresh charge of alleged theft of over $1.01 million and £34,537 and will be arraigned before Justice Raman Oshodi of the Lagos State Special Offences Court, Ikeja, on Tuesday. We have details in this next report.
The EFCC arraigned Jude Okoye, who is the elder brother to twin musicians Peter and Paul Okoye, last week at the Federal High Court Ikoyi over an alleged laundering of 1.38 billion naira, $1 million, and £34,537. He was arraigned alongside his company, Northside Music Limited, and pleaded not guilty to the 7 counts preferred against him. The commission told the court that the defendants, sometime in 2022 in Lagos, directly acquired a landed property at Parkview Estate, Ikoyi, worth 850 million naira, which forms part of the proceeds of crime. He moved his bail application through his lawyer Inibe Efyong and was remanded at the Ikoyi Correctional Facility while ruling was fixed for Monday. In his ruling, Justice Alexander Owoye granted the defendants bail of 100 million naira and ordered that he must provide 2 sureties in like sum with verified businesses, one of whom must also own a landed property. The court also ruled that Jude Okoye cannot travel out of the country during the pendency of his trial and is to remain at the Ikoyi facility until he perfects his bail conditions. Paul, who is since pursuing a solo career with the name Rude Boy, was among those who were present in court to give support to the defendant. Meanwhile, the EFCC has filed another charge of alleged theft of more than $1.01 million and £34,000 against Jude Okoye and his company. They will be arraigned on Tuesday. In this separate charge, they are accused of illegally and dishonestly converting the said monies paid by 4 companies as payments for music distribution as well as publishing royalties, and with intent to permanently deprive his brother Peter, who's also called Mr. P, his special interest in the property. He's said to have committed these latest offences between 2016 and 2023. Kemi Oladino, TVC News, Lagos.